What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. So I'm super excited because in today's video I'm going to be flashing my transmission with XHP. And if you guys don't know, check out my one of my previous videos that I did recently. My car is tuned with boot mode stage 2. So I went ahead with that tune and it's been great so far. The car has been so much more fun to drive, but the one thing that is lacking is the shifting. So the shifting still feels a little sluggish, you know, and in comfort mode, you know, it shifts like really fast through the gears, and then by the time I'm in like, you know, 35 miles an hour, just, you know, normal driving, the car is already in like 5th or 6th gear. And then so if I go to give it gas and I don't give it enough gas to where it does an automatic kick down, then it'll, you know, it'll kind of bog being in that high of a gear. And I don't know, I'm hoping that this XHP flash tune will help remedy that. And with this flash tune, you can actually customize your transmission, so you can pretty much do any type of customization you want as far as like shifting. So it's pretty cool, but I don't know if I'm gonna get that in depth in this video especially. XHP offers stage 1, 2, and 3 maps, and I went ahead and bought the whole map pack so I have access to all 3. And I definitely recommend you do that just to go ahead and try them out. I mean, it's not that expensive. It was like 330 bucks for the map pack and, you know, the license. So I mean, you know, it's not cheap, but it's not that expensive either. So the stage 1 map, I'd assume, is more geared for daily driving and a stock car, as it just raises the torque limitations in gear 3 and 6, and, you know, makes the car shift a little bit faster. And then stage 2, that's where it gets a little more intense as far as the shifting and the quickness of it, and raising those torque limitations even more. And then stage 3, that's like full-on race mode. That's like if you're going to the track, you definitely want to have stage 3 initiated. And I'll be sure to go over like more of the details and features of each map later on in this video. But right now we're just going to go ahead and flash the car. I'm gonna show you guys how to do that. And yeah, so let's get into it. So first step, you want to go ahead and, it depends if you're using, you know, your phone or a laptop. In this case, I'm going to be using my laptop. And what you want to do is go ahead and download the XHP app. And then once you have the app, you know, you want to go ahead and make sure you have your license code if you went ahead and bought that beforehand. So I have my car hooked up to a battery tender right now. I definitely recommend that for the initial flash because it could take up to, you know, 5 minutes or so. So I just want to make sure that my car will be good and my battery won't die on me mid-flash, which isn't a big deal. If the flash gets interrupted, all you have to do is just re-flash, so you won't be totally screwed. And for the purpose of this video, I'm really only going to be flashing in stage 2 because I do have the aftermarket CarPlay device, you know, the MMI device. And with that, I'm pretty sure that would interrupt the flash, being not that the radio is a direct connection and there's a middleman connection in there. So I don't want to take the chances, especially on a weekend where I don't have any customer service available. So I'm going to go ahead and just flash the stage 2 tune, put my CarPlay back together, and then go for a drive. But yeah, my friends also have tried this tune on their F30s, and they said that stage 3 was just a bit too aggressive for daily driving. And, you know, I'd probably only flash that if I was to go to the track, which maybe one day we will. So I do have my OBD connector hooked up to my car and they're routed to my laptop. I'm on Wi-Fi and I have the XHP app pulled up. So I'm going to go ahead and click the start stop button once on my BMW and then go ahead and hit connect here on the app. Alright, switch over to my phone, start stop button once, and then we'll go ahead and hit connect. 8 speed. Alright, so now that my vehicle is connected, we're doing the 8 speed, and you definitely want to download a backup map. This will make sure that you can flash back to stock if anything were to go wrong, or you're just selling your car, maybe you want to flash back to stock for whatever reason. So hit yes. And so I was wrong on the flash times, so this could take up to, I think, 20 to 30 minutes to back up, and then 20 to 30 minutes also to flash the first time. But I don't know, I've seen on other people's videos where it only takes like 5 minutes, and then the flash afterwards takes like 45 seconds. All right, well, I hit back up, and it's like it almost did it instantaneously. And so I didn't see any loading screens or anything, and it said I have a backup file, so went ahead and clicked up here where it says a flash license 8 speed, and then my code's already in, so I'll hit OK. In order to flash OTS map, we need to download some files. Yes. And as you can see here, it says current map backup. So now we'll go ahead and hit the map pack. Cool. Now what? So I'm gonna hit this button down here, hit flash. So now we're going to do stage 2. And definitely the latest version. Seatbelt is on, ignition is on, AC is off, headlights are on, or off, you know, on this setting right here. Seatbelt's on. This will start the install process. Yes. Okay. Do not abort mission. Okay, seatbelt's on. Let's go. So, oh wow, this is going really fast. 1 minute, 30 seconds. We'll see. I'll update you guys how long it takes. Right now it is 1:27 p.m. And you can't see because my dash trim is in the way, but it'll say drivetrain malfunction, transmission malfunction, all those typical lights that you get when flashing a car. Right, so this is taking way less time than it says online. I guess they made updates to their whole system and it's just moving a lot faster. It's been like 1 minute and 30 seconds, just like it said. Clearing fault codes. And that's it. Flash successfully. Alright, so now I'm just going to hit the start stop button once, turn the ignition off, and then you can wait about, 20-30 seconds and then go ahead and start the car and go for a drive. I didn't get the warning, but supposedly you're supposed to take it easy for, the first 50 miles that you drive the car. Don't do any like super hard pulls and driving in like Sport Plus mode, like doing really hard shifts or anything. So yeah, I'm just probably gonna take it easy, comfort mode, just feel it out, make sure that the transmission and the TCU can adapt properly to the new flash tune. And yeah, then I'll give her the beans. All right, let's go for a little drive, test it out. So no warning lights. Should be all good. All right, so this is the first drive with the flash tune. And so far so good. I'm just in comfort mode. We're on the stage 2 map. And I can tell it's shifting, a little bit harder in comfort mode. And then another really cool feature of this flash tune is that it will show you now which gear you're in, whether you're in just like normal comfort mode, which it didn't before. It would only show you which gear you're in if you were shifting manually or you were in the sport transmission mode. So this is pretty cool. And I'm at 20,539 miles, so about 20,590 miles. That's so I can start, driving more aggressively. The shifting, it looks a little more buttery. And we're in 7th gear right now, just cruising at 38 miles an hour, 35. So I'm just gonna drive around and try to get the TCU and everything, adapted, and because that's how these cars are with flash tuning and the ECUs is that it's like adaptive learning, so ECU adapts to your driving style and how you drive. So it's pretty cool. But first impressions is you know, it's not a super noticeable difference in comfort mode, but it definitely feels smoother. Like the car is driving a lot smoother. And I can barely feel the shifts. All right, so driving almost 10 miles, the car feels way smoother in comfort mode. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it in sport now. And we'll see how the shifting is in there. But in Sport and Sport Plus, the shifting should be a little bit more aggressive. And I'm not gonna give it, you know, full boost yet, but we'll see. About to find out right now. Oh yeah. Shifts so much faster. Night and day difference. And in comfort mode, I'm getting less of that bog when I'm in a higher gear and I give it gas. So I think that's helping with the tune. Shifting so much smoother. And I'm trying really hard to refrain from giving it full boost. Let's try a couple downshifts and I'll record the odometer for you guys. Jeez. And it gives it like a little blip too, like a downshift or upshift blip. Yeah, it's just like so much more instantaneous when I'm hitting the paddle and actually shifting. Alrighty guys, so that was the initial drive with the transmission flash, and I would definitely say that it's worth it, especially if you are tuned. It just unlocks more power potential that you have with this car, and because this car comes underwhelmed from the factory, it's just for the general population, and the transmission and the drivetrain and everything can handle more than what it comes with. So it's definitely a lot smoother just driving around town with the tune on it and everything, and I would definitely recommend it. And I will go ahead and give you guys an update here soon. I'm just gonna drive it for a few more days and fully break it in so I can give it full boost and then give you guys my full honest review and opinion. So stay tuned for that. All right, so I think the transmission or the TCU has fully adapted to the new tune on the car. My friend Ben, he said it would take, you know, about 30 miles. So I think about 30 miles in, you can start driving a little bit more aggressively, but then you definitely are good to go after 50 miles of driving. And as you guys can see, I'm in sport mode. And it just shifts so fast and wants to just keep going. So it's definitely been a lot of fun. In sport mode, it's kind of a balance between comfort and Sport Plus. It's a little bit of like the soft shifting combined with the hard shifting. So it's a little more geared towards daily driving and just having those RPMs at like a higher rev range for shifting. And when you're in Sport Plus mode, that's when it gets to the most aggressive setting, which I'll show you guys right now, and then also put it in sport transmission setting. And this is where you'll feel a bit more like bucking, and like when it goes to shift, you'll feel like the car kind of like jolt forward. It's been really fun, I'll tell you that. And combined with the boot mode tune, it is A1. So now we're in sport, still automatic shifting. That gear change from first to second was aggressive. You could feel the car like jolt, and no need to worry, this isn't going to like dramatically affect the health of your transmission in a bad way. XHP has done a really good job of testing this on so many cars and for a long time now, and they do a lot of good work. And this is actually potentially healthier for my transmission because I have the tune on it as well. See those downshifts is like super aggressive. Sheesh. And very quick too. But with transmission fluid, back when I did research for my last car, ZF stated on their website that the transmission fluid for their transmissions should probably be changed at around 70,000 miles. And that's what I did on my last car. I changed the transmission fluid and it was noticeably darker than the new fluid going in, and the car shifted a lot smoother. So I would definitely look into changing my transmission fluid around like 60K miles, just to be sure. I mean, if I still have the car by then. I'm at 20K right now, so we'll see. But yeah, I'd go ahead and definitely do that preventative maintenance a little sooner than later. It should definitely help keep your car running longer and everything healthy. So I'm about to get on the highway here, and we'll do a little aggressive pull for you guys. So in fourth gear. Oh my goodness. Wow. It just feels so good. Like, the power delivery is so smooth now, and the shifts are just instantaneous, and it feels really smooth. And yeah, you'll see here as I come to a slowdown that the downshifts are just a lot more aggressive. And it also adds like a throttle blip, or like a sound, because it's more aggressive when you're downshifting. So that's pretty fun. With my Bmw settings, every downshift that gives off like 2 little pops. Man. With stage 2, this car is just an animal now. Yeah, and then the downshifts in full like Sport Plus mode and sport transmission just feels really good too. So as far as learning more about what XHP can offer, like, there's so much more than what I've gotten to in this video as far as customization and all the features in this app. It's just really extensive, so definitely take your time, go on their website, do your research. There's so many custom settings. For example, I just want to highlight one. It's like the valet setting you can flash in, and that will just like lower the power of your car. And so you can maybe give the keys to your kid or your wife or whoever, and it'll limit the power and it won't be super crazy, just so you have that peace of mind that they're not gonna like go ham on your vehicle while you're not driving it or in your possession. But yeah, definitely look at their website, look at all the features, all the write-ups. They have a very extensive knowledge base, blogs, FAQs, all that. So yeah, definitely recommend you reading up on their website. There's a ton of good information on just how the flash tune works, all the features, parameters, and everything. Like, you can fully customize the shift points, how aggressive it is in each mode, and it's pretty extensive. You're getting a lot of features for what you pay for, and most people probably don't even use it all. So definitely something to consider, and there's always something to be learned. Now this car is even putting a bigger smile on my face. It's just like, not only are the shifts lightning fast and the downshifts, because of that, it makes it smoother. It's crazy. You definitely need to get this if you're tuned, or even if you're stock. You know, you can just run stage 1 just to feel it out, and then go up to stage 2, and it'll definitely make your car feel a lot smoother, in my opinion. Especially if you like to drive sporty, which I do most of the time. As soon as my car's warmed up, I'm putting it in sport mode or Sport Plus, you know, just to hear that exhaust and have more fun while driving. All right, now I'll do some manual shifting for you guys. Yeah, it feels so much more instantaneous. I'll tell you that. So I also want to highlight a few more features that this tune can offer. So you can really customize your settings if you're one of those that likes to do a lot of, drag racing, or you're trying to be the fastest 0 to 60 or quarter mile B58 in the nation. You can really dial in your settings to make sure you get the fastest times possible. For example, like my car is rear wheel drive, so I could limit the torque settings upon launch, so that way I won't like be spinning out of control off a launch or a dig. And you can even do that same thing for roll racing. It has a lot of good features. And then for like stage 3, how I was mentioning that's like for the racetrack. So when you're like all the way in Sport Plus mode, it'll keep your rev range between like 4,500 and 6,500, or I think 4,000 to 6,500. So that's why I'm not really going to use that for daily driving. It also just gives you more control over the car. Shifting will be completely manual at that point, so you'll have total control over the car, and it'll feel more like a race car vibes. Alrighty, so that's going to wrap it up for this video. Make sure you let me know in the comments if you have any questions about the tuning process or the tune in general. I'll try my best to answer your questions and do a lot of more research on this platform. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like this video, subscribe for future content, and I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.
Baby, 'cause in the dark, you can't see shiny